Feenish productions have taken a whirl through the festival, accompanied along the way by one of the judges, Marina Rafter.
Today is the first day of the rest of my life, which it feels like it's a long haul ahead. It's the start of the Fringe Festival, and I'm a Fringe judge, and I will be going to see approximately 6 million shows over the next 3 weeks, taking theatre, dance, performance art, visual art, and then at the very end of it I'll have my say.
The Dublin Fringe Festival
to be honest now, I don't know nothing about it now.
I was stopped the other day by an American guy asking me to go and see a sort of improv play. That's the only thing I know about it.
I know it's on the Fringes and it's a festival.
It's a great thing to have in the city at the moment because that's where it's at, acting and the arts, you know.
What, if anything, do you know about it?
Nothing. Nothing.
I'm going to something tonight actually.
So how would you describe the Fringe?
Postmodern, but wonderful. It takes risks. I like that. It's a very risky festival, and because of that, you get a whole batch of theatre that's different from anything I've ever seen before, and much more, I guess, unique.
Fringe gives you a platform to do work without necessarily having to be commercially viable.
Fringes can be many things. If you look at Edinburgh, it's an open entry, non-curated festival. Anybody who pays to be listed in the programme can be shown. In Dublin it's slightly different in that the Fringe is curated. It's selected from a greater number of applications than there are actual shows.
All that I'm seeking is everything I think I'm not. And all those things I think I need just to keep the plot. But it's not these things that are the names of my dis-ease. It's seeking. Ha! That's what I've got. Yes, what do? Well, I seek to end my seeking. Oh, yes, and I seek it such a lot. I nearly lose a chakra, the paradoxic astral knot.
Well, there's 8 of us in total, so between the 8 of us we have to go and see the 150, I think, productions. So over the 3 weeks, basically we assign ourselves different companies and different works to go and see over the time. And we meet once a week over the 3 weeks to assess what we have seen and, I suppose, create a shortlist for contenders for awards at the end of the 3 weeks.
I don't know what the awards are.
Best Production, Best Male Performer, Best Female Performer, and the Sexiest Show Award.
For me, Sexiest Show, it's more truly fringy, a little bit more unusual. Maybe it's pushing the boundaries a bit, it's maybe it's taking a risk. So to me, I would give this, I might give it to, I might see 2 shows that I think are both brilliant, right? And one might be a little bit more sort of predictable yet brilliant, and I would say Best Production. And if there was another one where there was something that maybe I haven't seen before or something done in a different way, I would say Sexiest and Fair Play.
The show is set at a night of speed dating, and it's just an hour and 15 minutes long, and I think we play 8 characters each, men and women.
Mm-hmm.
It's a comedy with some poignant, even tragic moments.
Mm-hmm.
My first man tonight, I'm Anya.
Hi, John.
Oh, right, my brother is Sean.
No, I said John.
Yeah, I know, I heard you. I just meant like Sean is the Irish for John.
I suppose we were able to make a show that didn't have revolving sets and mad stuff going on, huge expense. We were able to make a show that was really about storytelling and theatre and feel that it was in a good environment to present a show like that. So it was kind of brass tacks, poor theatre, but we felt that the Fringe was a really good place to be able to present ourselves in that way.
Josepha.
Josepha!
Josepha.
No.
Josepha.
Very good.
Gareth. Hi, I'm Frank. Teresa, is it?
Yes, hi. So, Frank, why are you here?
Sorry?
Why are you here? Speed dating.
Why are you here, Teresa?
Oh, well. I'm here to meet my one true love.
Cool.
Christ's blood flushes you deeper and deeper into hell. And Herman says, ooh, what do you say to that, mummy? The way Mr. Animal Corpse Exploiter talks to your son. And Erna's got just enough energy left to spit Herman in the face. And Herman can't stop laughing, and he said,
I suppose we're looking for something a little different, innovative, well produced, it was in a text-based production, well acted, well written. For example, something that might be considered for best production mightn't necessarily have the best male or female performer, or the other way around. You might go to a show which probably mightn't like at all, but there could be some an amazing performance in it.
Second spot is in position. Target, a clustered semicircle of modern battleships.
Navin, passed by a camp this morning. I missed the smell of an open fire.
Leitrim, the winter's biting. Stuck between two worlds.
Mallow, crash the Morris Minor.
Come out, wherever you are. Behind a raindrop or up on a cloud. Come out, wherever you are.
It is a mixed bag. You don't really know what you're going to see. You're relying on, I suppose, blurb for a programme or flyers that are handed out, and sometimes not that informative. You're, I suppose, going to see companies that you've never heard of before, who only really come out at Fringe time. So I suppose you're taking a gamble, and as I said, sometimes it pays off and sometimes it doesn't. So I mean, if you've got a poor run of 3 nights seeing 6 really bad plays, I suppose it does get tiring. But in the middle of that, there are little gems that pop up.
Really, artists have the opportunity on the Dublin Fringe to take an idea, pursue it to the fullest that they can, and virtually no budget, just goodwill, hope, enthusiasm. And that's something that's terribly lacking in a lot of places, such as New York, where I live. But yeah, you see those moments where really bright and thoughtful, inspired ideas come to life on stage or on a rooftop veranda project right here.
you see other styles, you see maybe individuals you want to work with, you see other directors coming up, or you see writers that you're interested in, or actors that you want, you know. Like the Fringe can be and should be a celebration of that, you know. But also what's important is like the Fringe, I think, caters a lot for Irish companies, you know. Irish companies that may not have, may be too adventurous to get lots of funding, let's put it that way, okay? Who may be just slightly too out there, you know, to have that kind of polish that people think, you know, you should have, you know, like, I mean, people who like being raw, okay? The theatre, the Fringe Festival is about rawness to a huge degree, and when it works, that works, like punk works. Yeah. And I feel like it's our festival, you know? It's like, I mean, it's like, it's all independent theatre companies' festival. I mean, that's what it's set up for. There's nothing elitist about it, you know?
The Spiegel tent for us served a whole range of purposes. It gave us a place to do an interesting music program, and kind of to create other possibilities for shows such as Dagda this year, who were able to put a dance piece in there. So it gave us a whole new space to work with. And music was an area we really wanted to kind of move into. So it's a place where just the kind of energy of the festival gathers. And it was one that we could control rather than being sort of subject to a publican or nightclub owner's kind of commercial demand.
It's shit time.
So big effort for Fringe Festival to make an effort on changing people to be more free and relaxed and joyful, and I wish that all of the parties in Fringe Festival people just dance.
I probably won't get to unless I call it.
Never be scared of dancing in public.
Nearly, I suppose, at the end of week 2, and I have seen a number of good shows. My, I suppose, particular favourite so far would be in Sabuge, a company from the US and Canada.
Ah, the bulbous crest of destructiveness, violent and dangerous.
You can see by this bump here that you never learned to read. And by this bump here, that you don't drink your tea properly.
Aye, and by this bump here, it means watch yourself. Eyes of pride.
Go on, faster, man, really faster. You're too slow. Hey, you can't say that, boy!
Last night I went to see Thomas Lehman's work on Irish Modern Dance Theatre, which I thought was definitely one of my highlights. A great, well-constructed, devised piece of contemporary dance.
It's better to walk down stage one by one.
Mein Mädel, ich bin da. Mein Mädel, wenn ich Süden wär, ich nimmer wollten zu dir.
The frog lay deep at the bottom of the well, perceived the pail above her, circled by the light, and took it for the very sun.
What are you talking about?
It's a quotation from Shakespeare.
Splendido! Be quiet.
I mean, you do manage to maintain your objectivity. You need to maintain it. I mean, it's probably not fair to the individual companies who don't do. There's probably only 2 judges going to see each show, in some cases more. But so, I mean, you owe it to the company to maintain your objectivity, to maintain your openness to what you're out to see.
Hello.
Hello.
I would also highly recommend in the Project Cube, it's quite handy for your scheduling, is Falling Over, Boots Theatre Company.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Sarah, you were quite keen on Fathom and encouraging people.
Which is
And also impartial opinion on the Indian Wants a King. Were you writing that, Joe?
Yeah. I mean, am I the only one who saw that? I mean, it's worth seeing for the actors, definitely.
Miracle, don't go.
No, you should go.
Have you been in it?
No, I'm dying to go.
Snow?
Yes.
Have you all been up to the Guys Jacks to hear oral sex?
Farce has a particular style and you can carry it off or you can't. It's wicked, it's black, it's elegant. It can be murderously elegant if done right, and you just have to close your eyes and believe.
You grinding to a climax that would have put the dog to shame, the dog by then gone deaf. At least it was spared something. Give me my ring back!
I just went to see the Miracle of Love, and I thought it was quite an interesting look into the emotions that people bottle up all their lives and wait until it's just too late to say these things.
Pages of the 7 ministers have raised the banners. It's a miracle! Oh Lord, we praise. Hallelujah.
Which is an Irish breakfast, all of which is an Irish breakfast, all of which is an Irish breakfast, all of which is an Irish breakfast.
Well, using your own bag of washing, you know, which you keep in a freezer bag, because, you know, I like cold pants. Yeah. And you get, it's quite nice, really, you know. I'm quite comfy here, you know. I've been living here for 3 weeks now.
It tends to be that in America things are so market-driven that you're looking, if it was a fringe festival, you'd be constantly looking for a gimmick. You'd just be looking for a hook to tell the audience why they need to see your show. Whereas here it really seems to be the idea leads, the artist leads, and that's really quite inspiring at a certain level. You get to see a show like, say, Falling Up that was here at the Project in the Cube, where it's simply an exercise that grows into a proper production, and 20 minutes of your life at lunchtime, good for a laugh, but also at the same time something that I'll be walking around with thinking about for a good while.
People can present work with high production standards and well conceived, devised well-written work on a shoestring budget. But I mean, it can work the other way also. That people are presenting work on a shoestring budget, which is absolutely dire. Atrocious. Shite.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the Fringe Festival, I don't really think. Just, it kind of disappears up its own ass, for want of a better phrase, just because it seemed, within the festival itself, it seems like such a big thing with so much stuff going on, but then at the same time, no one in the city really seems to know it's on. It doesn't make that much of an impression on people outside theatre, and if you go down to places like the Spiegel tent or along to the different venues, the people that you see at the festival are the people performing in the festival.
Like, it doesn't have to feel the sort of Fringe festivals in other parts of the world. It's a bit more kind of middle ground, non-risky, commercially sort of scene, not quite so radical as maybe you might think of it. There's another week of it left. There's been some really good shows, but as always with these sort of things, there's an awful lot of fucking arty wank as well. But there has been some really, really good shows. There's been some really interesting stuff.
Is there somewhere you can tell me? He walks on, doesn't look back. He pretends he can hear her.
A fringe can only reflect what's going on. So, therefore, if the work isn't good, it's not the fringe's fault. I mean, I suppose I feel that a lot of theatre, a lot of performance at this and at other times of the year is really just like kind of the equivalent of dressing up, you know, playing. I don't think people are serious, and I don't think all performance or all art has to be dreadfully serious. But the Fringe is one of the times where I'd look for people to, you know, work a little bit harder.
Like, people moan and groan and say, oh, it's a really bad show, I don't want to see any more theatre, that's fine, but when you see really good theatre, when you see really good, especially by younger companies, you know, and you see a new talent, you know, and there's nothing more exciting than that. Like, I mean, the two most exciting things for me was, you know, fortunately for me, when I was director of the Fringe, was, you know, seeing the success of Conor McPherson. Like, I mean, the Lime Tree Bar, which was really hard, it's 3 monologues and whatever else, and it really captured people's imaginations, and he went places big time, obviously. And also the following year, Enda Walsh's Corcadorca's production of Disco Pigs, you know, with Eileen Walsh and Cillian Murphy, you know, and that was in the International Bar for a week, you know, and extended then, you know, for a while. But, like, I mean, that was in the International Bar, like, with 40 people, and that was a huge, you know, I mean, that was a huge success, you know.
Two for a Girl, Carmen, you saw it?
Yeah, I saw it as well. That was nice. I thought it was very nice. Apparently it's not award material, but it was sweet and well done and well acted.
Oh yeah, so somebody saw that?
Yeah, I saw it. I thought it was torturous. It was absolutely the most torturous hour and a half I spent in my entire life. There were 2 people left. There's a lot more people left.
Starts, what time does it start?
I'll
go on the last
Did you see Echo Echo?
You're right.
I see Echo
So when are we actually meeting to decide? That kind of thing?
Yeah.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah, the imagery in that really stayed with me.
More and more evocative afterwards, faster from 11 o'clock.
I don't think this year's standard was any better than, say, in 1995, you know? Or any worse. And when you see this year, you can really see the people who worked on the craft. You can really see the people who, you know, put the work in as, you know, as theatre people, you know? And you can see the ones just having a laugh, and that just doesn't count. That guy's just gone the wrong way with it.
And now this? What? This bill? Holy fucking shit! Hey, it's written on. Put it down!
We're at the final night with 4 hours to go to the actual announcement of the awards. So we're all meeting up for the final time to put all our nominations together and make decisions on who gets what. I'm not sad it's over. It's been a long 3 weeks, a lot of time investment, going to see a lot of work, and looking forward to getting my life back. That's the fun part, I suppose. This is the last night where we all fight our corner and decide who gets what. To get 8 people to decide on 4 awards out of 150 different pieces is probably quite difficult. But I suppose at the end of the day, most people would probably agreed on the top 5 or 6 pieces, and it's out of that people would have to decide. But I mean, in the end, I think most people were generally agreeable of the awards and who they went to.
When are you doing
The nominations for the sexiest show are Better 2 by Irish Modern Dance Theatre,
Everybody into the Pool by Catapult Dance Theatre.
Chambermaid by Pushkin Dance Theatre,
And Falling Over by Ups Theatre.
and the winner is Chambermaid by Pushkin Dance Theatre.
The nominations for the Best Production of the 2004 Dublin Fringe Festival, if you can all hear me in the balcony, is Elizabeth by Kabosh, Fathom by Sabouge, Master Harold and the Boys by Calypso Productions, and It's Better To by Irish Modern Dance Theatre. And the winner is Fathom by Sabouge.
I'm planning to eat 3 square meals a day and actually sit down when I'm eating and chew my food. And I'm planning to go to the cinema, catch up on EastEnders, read, meet people I haven't met for the last 3 weeks, and yeah, just generally get back to living my normal life again.
One of the best things I saw this year was H by Loose Cannon, who are, you know, an old company in terms of fringe or independence. So they're about 8 years old, but they still produced one of the best images I ever saw, which is like you hear this clanking. Towards the end of the show, and H is all about Hamlet, you know, towards the end you hear this clanking, and eventually this old man walks in and he's dressed in armour, and it was like a really moving image, and you know, very adventurous, you know, it wasn't literal, it was like that could only have happened in a live space, you know, that could only have happened in a kind of in a theatre form, you know. That's what the Fringe is about, is people exploring, not trying to write short stories and put them on as monologues, not trying to kind of like write a film and put it on as theatre, you know. It's people producing theatre, you know, in new and dynamic spaces. That's what's important about the Fringe Festival, and that's the essence of it, I think.
That's it now. It's all over for another year.